Today we're going to take a look at lesson number 2, which is setting up your branding elements inside of Canva. So every time you create a new design, your elements are already available to you. You don't have to worry about importing them every time or looking for your certain fonts or your certain colors. This will take care of all of that. The reason that is so important is because the web is a visual medium. Everything is driven by graphics, colors, video. So that's how people are going to start to recognize you across every platform that you choose to use. With Canva, it makes it really, really easy to carry that across in all of your designs. So say you've got a website and a blog, you need to have your consistency with your header, your color codes, any graphic images that you create for your blog. You're going to want those to be consistent with your blog's overall feel and with your company's branding. Same thing goes for your social media. Like I've got here on my website, on my Facebook page, I've got my logo image there, but I've also got my elements set up to match my color and the look and feel of my site and my brand. Same thing with my Twitter account. Same thing with my Tumblr and my YouTube channel. And I wanted to leave this up here because even though it shows there's nothing on this channel, this is a channel that I will be posting to as I further develop my tutorials. So I want to go ahead and have that branding ready. And then of course I've got my Google Plus account. So how do we get started setting up our branding inside of Canva so that it's always available to us? The first thing you need to do is go make sure you've got all of your elements in one place. What I do is create just a document or a folder on my desktop of things that I need to upload to certain areas, because I can easily remove that folder once I'm done with it. It doesn't take up space on my desktop. And then log into your Canva account. You're also going to need to make sure you've got your fonts. If you have specialty fonts that you've purchased to use with your designs or in your branding, make sure you've got the font files, the TTF files, ready for you to upload. If not, go ahead and gather all of those things and then come back and finish this tutorial. You can pause it at any time and come back at your leisure. Alright, let's get started setting up our brand. Now, one of the first things I want to talk about, and I will link this in the show notes below and in the course materials, you need to have your color palette ready in hexadecimal color code, and I'll show you what those look like. These are hexadecimal color codes right here, this area that I'm fixing to highlight. That is what you use to set your brand codes or colors inside of Canva. If you don't have those and you have an inspiration image that you want to use, or you've got an already created logo that you want to use, I'm going to put this link inside of Canva, but it's called Color Picker Online. Really, really easy program to use. Direct your browser to imagecolorpicker.com. Choose an image that you want to upload. So for me, I'm going to choose my logo. If you notice a lot of pauses, it's because I've got a really bad cold and I don't want to cough into the microphone. So choose your file and then send the image. And there's my logo, and I want to pick my colors from this logo. So I know that I've got my pink. I just click on that pink, and you'll see here it gives you a copy of that logo or those colors in hex code. You also get the RGB code and the HSV code. You don't need those for Canva, but they're good to have on hand. Go ahead and open up a notepad file, or if you've got I can't find my notepad. If you've got sticky notes for your desktop, go ahead and open those up, and then just highlight this and copy it into that. Right click and copy it into your notepad, and then save the file on your desktop with the other elements that you want to upload into Canva. Then we'll go right back over here to Canva and click your brand. And you'll notice a couple of different things here. I've already got my headers and all of my fonts set up, but I'm going to show you how to upload your fonts and how to edit this to make it match your fonts. But the first thing we want to do, I've got 2 color palettes that I need to put into Canva. I've got my brand's color palettes, and then I've got one for one of my clients. The way you do your color palette, open your notepad file that you've got with all of your color codes in it. You click the box here, go down here, and you'll see that it's already got the color code and it's got the pound sign or the hashtag already inserted, so you don't need that. Go back to your color code file, click, highlight and copy just the letters and numbers in your color code, and then bring it over here and paste it inside of Canva. Click outside the box, and there you go. There's my pink. Now then, I'm going to add the next color, which is my periwinkle pop. It's kind of a bluish purple periwinkle color. I'm going to copy that code right over here to Canva. And I've got my periwinkle. The next color I'm going to add is I think it's my yellow. Yep, my Walking on Sunshine yellow. I'm going to copy that code and I'm going to paste it into Canva. And it's as easy as that. You can add as many colors as you need or as you like. And if you've got a secondary palette that you use, you click Add New Palette and go through the same process. I'm going to go ahead and get my colors set up. I'm going to pause while I do that so you don't have to go through the whole thing. And then the next thing we'll look at is adding our logos. So I'm going to come right back. Alright, you'll see here that I've got all of my colors set up inside of Canva. I even went ahead and set up the white, and the reason I did this is because when you start working inside of Canva, to get to the white color palette, you have to scroll all the way to the bottom of the color palette picker, and I'm lazy. I like things that are quick and easy, so I went ahead and added that. I've also got a few different colors of gray that are very important to my brand, and I've got my black. My black is not a true black. It's more of a gray, deep gray black, so I went ahead and added that as well. Now we're going to start adding our logos, and before you start adding your logos, unless you intend to place your logo on everything that is strictly on print, on a white background, I strongly suggest having a copy of your logo in either EPS or PNG format on a transparent background, because you cannot remove the background from an already uploaded element inside of Canva. You would have to have a different program to do that. So just to make it easier on yourself, go ahead and find a way to remove the color, or have whoever did your logo for you send you a copy of the logo in transparency. That way it's available and you don't have to worry about it looking awkward or misplaced. So I'm going to go ahead and click this box right here, and this takes me to my upload. Now I've got my primary logo. This is a massive logo. It is on a transparent background. So I'm going to go ahead and upload that. Now that I've got my primary logo uploaded, I want to upload any alternative or secondary logos. And you may ask yourself, well, why do I need an alternative logo? Why do I need a secondary logo? The reasons for this are varied. The first one I'm going to upload is called a word mark. And what this is it's just an abbreviated type of logo that I use where I don't want a huge logo to go across the image or across the page. I just want it to be kind of a subtle way of reminding people this came from me, and that's called a word mark. It just has my graphic element and the initials of my business. The next type I want to upload is called a logo mark. It just has the primary graphic element of my logo without any wording, and I use it a lot the same way I use this one. And then alternative logos are for aspects of your business that aren't necessarily connected to your business's primary function. So for me, I've got one that I use with my YouTube videos, and you'll notice it overlaid on the video that you're watching now. It is my YouTube channel branding. And I use that because it's got my business's colors in it. It has my business name, but it's not the primary function of my business. So that I want it to be connected. I don't want it to be considered the primary function of my business. This helps me do that in a visual way without having to go through a lengthy, wordy explanation. So I've got all my logos uploaded. The next thing we're going to talk about are our fonts. And if you'll notice over here, I've got several fonts already installed. These are the fonts that I use in my primary branding. And then this font here and this one, those are fonts that I use for one of my clients when I create her designs. I'm going to show you how to upload a font. It's very, very simple to do. However, please make sure that you own the rights to use that font. Either you've bought that font, or you've created that font, or you've talked to the person who owns the font rights and you've got permission to use that font. Because if you don't, fonts are much the same as graphics. You can be sued for copyright infringement. Also, if you don't own the font and there's something in the file that tells Canva during the upload process that this is either a demo file or it's only meant to be used in personal things, Canva won't let you upload it. So to upload your fonts, just click this link right here, upload new font, and it will ask you to navigate to the file where you need to upload. Now I do have a couple that I use in some other branding that I do that I haven't uploaded yet. I'm going to go ahead and do that now. It's called Magnolia Sky, and it goes with my Silver Solopreneurs Club. I use it in images that I create for that particular element of my company. So it'll ask you, you upload, and there you go. I've got my Magnolia Sky. There's one more in that set that I want to upload, so I'm going to do that again. And it will ask you every single time, do you have the right to use this file? And if you don't, like I said, Canva may stop you from uploading it. And if you do manage to upload it and you don't own the rights, then you're responsible for any consequences of those actions. Alright, and there I have my fonts uploaded, so I'm ready to go. Now, I want to set the headings, the subheadings, and the body text for any designs that I create. Your headings are going to be things like your primary logo font, anything that's really, really important and you want it to stand out on any graphics that you create, that would be your header fonts. These are really easy to set. Click the pencil mark, click the download box or the drop down box, and it will show you the fonts that you've uploaded first, so you can choose your header font. Now, size wise, I do want to show you this. As you change fonts, even if you keep it set at the same size, it will look different. So for instance, I want to use an Alero. See how different this looks even though it's still the same size? So you may need to play around with the size to get it as big or as small as you want. The common default size inside of Canva is 56 pixels. I would leave it set at that because that will place it at the right size for no matter what type or size of image that you create. So I'm going to set this back to my chosen font, which is the Lemon Milk. Now, subheadings, if you notice, I don't have anything pulled up where I can show you right away. Subheadings are things like taglines, author bylines on blog posts, addresses and things like that on your business cards. That's your subheading font. Mine is the Champagne and Limousines, and this again is the default size inside of Canva. If you want to change that or set it to your font, you do it the same way. Click the pencil icon, click the drop down, choose your font. That's the italicized. I'm going to leave it set just like that. There's your font size. You can change that if you want to. I wouldn't. I'd leave it inside the way it is inside of Canva. And it even gives you the option to upload another font if you want. Then this is the one I'm going to change. This is your body text. Any kind of descriptive text, any kind of content in a blog post or in an ad graphic that you're making a brochure and you've got body text that's descriptive inside that brochure. This is the font that you would use for that. And for me personally, I don't like serifed fonts. That's anything that has these little tails hanging off and looks kind of classic. I really don't like that look. I like a more modern, rounded look. So I'm going to scroll down. There is a font inside of Canva that I really like not only because it's the style that I like, but because it's also easily available across the web because it is a Google font. And if you can't find that font, it's easily replicable or easily duplicated inside web browsers, inside blogging platforms, through fonts that are already available. So we're going to go down here, and I'm going to choose this font called, I don't know if it's Lato or Lato, but that's the one I like. And I like it because, as you can see, it's rounded. It matches more the style of the fonts that I have here. It does not have any serifs hanging off of it. There's no weird little tails hanging around. Suits me fine. All right, there I have my branding set up inside of Canva. So if I click over here and choose all my designs, which I have a lot of, but I want to create a new one, now I can easily add my branding to any graphic that I create. And I'll show you how that's done. Say you want to use one of the graphics that's already available in Canva, but you want to change it to match your branding. You load the graphic, and watch this. I can change that font just that easy. It may not look good. I may have to play around with the size, but there we go. See how easy that was? And you notice that pink's not my pink, but watch this. If I click that element, I go right here, there's my branding right there, and I can change that around. I can do that with any element on this page. I can change that blue to my blue. I can change that pink to my pink. And even the background color, if it doesn't perfectly match my yellow, which it pretty much does, I can change it to my yellow. And there you go. So go ahead and get your branding uploaded into Canva. Start playing around with the font sizes. Feel free to go in and look at the graphics. The different Canva has tons of layouts that you can use. You can edit to suit your needs, put your branding on it. You can even do like a picture and upload your own photograph. I can show you quickly using one that I've got. You just drag it over and it automatically places it. And there you go. All right, go ahead and go into Canva, start playing around with everything. Get your branding uploaded, and be sure to come back for lesson 3, where we will start working on building our graphics. Have a great day. Bye-bye.